Hello, I'm Samantha Bryant from Glory Fitness, recently located in downtown Oxford, and we are hopefully moving in the fall to the Max across the street from Meyer in downtown Oxford. And today I have the beautiful Renee, and she's going to tell you about the classes that she's been teaching.
Hey Sam, I teach Monday nights with the Rise Yoga at the District on Baldwin Road at 6 p.m. and Tuesday nights at Great Harvest in Lake Orion at 7:30 p.m.
And with Holy Yoga, we are both Holy Yoga teachers. It's about grace, and it's just about showing up on your mat, just receiving the presence of the Lord and diving into His Word and just really worshiping. So that's what we're going to do today. And I'm just going to start off with a scripture and a prayer, and we're just going to become centered on our mat with the Lord. So go ahead and grab a mat, a towel, wherever you're at, and just plop down, and we're going to get started. So first, we're just going to cross our legs and get in a simple seated position. We're going to pull our navel into our spine, roll those shoulders back. It'll be like someone's pulling your ponytail up to the ceiling, and you're going to have a straight line from your spine all the way down to the crown of your head, or up to the crown of your head. We're going to close our eyes. We'll place one hand on our chest and one on our belly and begin to feel the rise and the fall of our everyday breath. Like I say every class, we're just going to become centered with that breath, thanking the Lord for that breath, that we are not beings until He breathed into us. Go ahead and begin to make those breaths deeper and longer. And I'll get us started with our scripture this morning. It's from 1 Timothy 6:11. But you are a man of God. Run from all things evil. Pursue righteousness in a godly life, faith, love, perseverance, and gentleness. So this morning, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to dive in, and we're going to run the great race, and we're just going to do it with perseverance and gentleness. So go ahead and just take a couple deep breaths. Inhaling through your nose, down through your throat, down to your chest, filling those lungs, holding it in those lungs, and exhale, completely emptying and feeling the breath move all the way up and out through your nose. Do one more. You can go ahead, and when you're done with that last breath, bring your hands to heart center into prayer pose. Bow our heads. Heavenly Father, thank you for this beautiful day where we can go ahead and just remember your great race. Remember that we are not running it alone, but you are with us every step of the way, dear Lord, and that you are with us in this practice. And when it feels hard, we know that we can call on your name and just keep on going. And we thank you for that truth, and we just thank you for our bodies being able to just press in and our hearts just to be able to press in, dear Lord. And we thank you for this, and bless this practice. Pray in your name. Amen. Go ahead, you can open your eyes. We're going to roll our shoulders up and back. We can drop our hands down to our center. And we're going to get started and start stretching out. So we'll go ahead and we're going to place our left hand behind our left hip, our right hand all the way up straight. Take an inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, go ahead and bend to the left. Keeping those hips stacked. You can go ahead and bring your gaze to your elbow, really reaching, stretching that right side body. We'll exhale, bringing that right hand all the way back down behind your hip. Inhale here. Left hand goes on up, reaching high to the sky. And exhaling back on over to your right side. Feel the stretch along your left side. You can take a gaze to that elbow. Make sure that navel's pulled in. Exhale. Hand comes back on down behind your hip. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do another twist. Our right hand's going to go to our left knee. And we're going to take an inhale here. Really rising up. Remember, someone's pulling your ponytail, and then you're going to twist on over. Gaze goes over that left shoulder. Really twisting those hips. Exhale back to the center, opposite side. Exhale back to the center. Now we're going to go ahead and get into our table. So our hands are going to go ahead on the mat. We're going to step on out to our table, remembering our hands are directly underneath our shoulders. Our knees are directly over our hips, or under our hips, sorry. And we're going to pull that navel up and in, and you're going to have a flat back. We could be able to set a cup of water, a cup of coffee, and it wouldn't spill. Gaze is down at the mat. Go ahead and just take 2 here. And on the exhale, we're going to move into our cat-cow. So first we do cow. Our belly gets to drop, and our gaze rises. The only pose where our belly gets to fall. It's really nice. We go ahead here, and on the exhale, we're going to pull that belly button all the way back on in and all the way up to an angry cat. Our gaze is going to go to our knees. It's really arched, getting a stretch in that spine before we start. And exhale back into our cow. And inhale back into our cat. Go ahead and do a couple of those in the measure of your own breath. After your last cat, we'll go ahead and meet back in the table. We're going to start to do some balance work. Go ahead here, take an inhale. And on the exhale, we'll rise our right arm and our left leg. Really reach to the front with that right arm, and the left leg reaches to the back of the room. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, we'll slowly come back all the way down. Nice inhale here. Exhale, opposite sides. Left hand, right leg, really reaching. Exhale, we'll come back on down. All right, take an inhale here. Exhale, right arm, left leg. Really reach again. This time we're gonna bend that elbow and bend that knee, and we're gonna do a little crunch. So we're gonna do 5 here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, we'll come back on down. We're going to do it on the other side, and I'm going to leave you guys for a commercial break, and I'll meet you. So go ahead and do 5 more on the other side.
I remember the moment
I'll never forget that moment.
that changed my life.
At that moment, it hit me. This is why I joined the Guard. We're soldiers, always ready to protect our country. But we've also got communities. Family, friends, neighbors who count on us. I couldn't believe it. I just saved a life. Somebody from my hometown.
See what it means to be a citizen soldier at NationalGuard.com.
I'm Jim Schwartz, Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction at the Oxford Community Schools. And I'm just putting an open invitation out to folks who might be interested in our Young Fives program, our developmental kindergarten program that is going to be opening in each building that we have this fall. This is for any parent who is thinking about kindergarten, but maybe your child's not quite ready for kindergarten and the rigors of kindergarten. Young Fives program would be for you. Having finished a 4-year-old preschool program, this is a nice transition into the rigors of a kindergarten program. Young Fives is a program that is steeped in play, still offering a great preparation for Common Core and the rigors of our national curriculum that starts in kindergarten. If you have a child who's been born in June 1st of 2009 to December 1st of 2009. We certainly welcome you to enroll at our enrollment offices on 10 North Washington, right in downtown. Come on in, bring proof of residency, birth certificate, and we will get you registered. We are looking forward to classrooms being available for students in buildings across the district. Transportation is provided by the school district for this great opportunity. And again, we have an open invitation, and we hope you join us in Oxford Schools.
Congratulations, OCTV, as the 2014 winner of the American Legion's Best Electronic Media Award, symbolizing your efforts to provide meaningful coverage of veterans issues and patriotic activities, as well as the American Legion.
I'm Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard and former Red Wing great Joey Koser reminding you to follow the rules regarding boater safety. Always operate at safe speeds, avoid alcohol, and wear a life jacket. Don't let a great day on the water be ruined by bad decisions.
Welcome back. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do one more thing in our bounce movements. So we're going to take an inhale here, and the exhale, we're going to lift that left arm and that right leg this time. We're going to reach opposite sides of the room. We're going to bend that right leg, and our right hand is going to go ahead and reach, grab those toes, take an inhale here. On the exhale, you can really lift on up. Whatever's available to you today, remember, Holy Yoga is with grace. If you have your knee, your elbow, if you're right here, it's a practice. So go ahead, take an inhale here. And on the exhale, we're going to slowly come out of it, reaching again, getting that stretch. And go ahead and we'll set our hand and our knee back down into our table with control. And inhale here. Exhale, right arm, left leg, same thing. We really reach, stretching, grabbing each corner of the room, bending that knee. Right hand goes to left toes, ankle, knee, whatever's available to you today. And go ahead and try to push on back with those toes or that knee. Exhale, coming back down with control, reaching. And then all the way back down to your table with control. All right, we'll go ahead here, take an inhale. Make sure our table is correct. We'll just take a second. There we go. And we're gonna curl our toes. And we're gonna pull our navel on in, rising those legs off the mat all the way back into our first down dog today. So we're gonna go ahead, pull that navel up and in. Our hips are in where the seam meets the ceiling and the wall. Biceps by our ears. And we're going to go ahead and start to pedal our feet on out. Just getting that stretch this morning in the back of those calves. Great job, Renee. Go ahead. We'll come up on our toes maybe. Down on our heels. Tricking those legs to touch the mat maybe. Or those heels to touch the mat. Go ahead and pedal them out one more time. Go ahead and inhale here. Exhale, I want your gaze to go in between those fingertips, and you're slowly going to walk those feet on in. We're in forward fold now, letting the weight of our body hang down. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, we're slowly rise on up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Rolling those shoulders up and back. It's just how we started. Ponytail is up, line from our crown to our spine. Those shoulders are back. We'll rise our hands on up. and just surrender. Feel that freedom, feel that grace. Just thank Him for this day and this practice. Maybe take a back bend, really stretching out your back. Take an inhale back to the center. Exhale, we're gonna fold all the way back on down to our forward fold. And inhale here. On the exhale, I want you to peek halfway up. So your hands are gonna hit your shins. Your navel's pulled up and in. And your body has a line coming out of your hips to the front of the room now. Getting that length, we're gonna exhale, fold back on down. Inhale, rise all the way back on up. Again, rolling those shoulders up and back. Hands go high. We're gonna clasp our hands at the top. Take an inhale here. And on the exhale, we're gonna bend to our left. Grabbing those hands, bending to our left, keeping those hips over your ankles, really just stretching that right side, just like we did when we started. Exhale back to the center, and again on the opposite side. Exhale back to the center, release those hands. We'll swan dive all the way on down. We're gonna peek halfway up again. Our hands are gonna hit the mat. Bend our knees if we need to, and then we're gonna step out 1 foot at a time into our yoga plank. Make sure that navel's pulled up and in. Try to get your shoulders to be aligned and straight. Take an inhale here, and if we need, we can be on our knees. And exhale, we're gonna slowly lower all the way on down and rise on up to cobra or up dog. We'll curl those toes back into that plank, and then we push on back into that down dog. We can reposition our feet. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step those feet on in by looking at those hands. And we come all the way back on up. That's our Sun A today. And we'll do a couple of those. I'll keep calling it though, don't worry. We'll take an inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way back on down. Peek halfway up for length. Hands hit the mat. Step on out to your plank. Hold a nice plank here. Can be on our knees. Lower on down. Rise on up. We can be in our cobra. Or all the way in up dog. Curl those toes. Come back into your down dog. Inhale here. Exhale. Come all the way back on up. Rising all the way back, rolling those shoulders back, hands go high, swan dive back on down. Peeking halfway up for length, hands hitting our mat, stepping out into our plank, lowering on down, rising on up, back into our down dog. Go ahead. We're gonna look at those fingers, and you can step on in. And you can go ahead here, and I want you to grab elbow to elbow in your forward fold and just sway back and forth. Just really stretching out your arms, letting your body hang. We'll take one big inhale here. On the exhale, I want you to bend your knees. And we're gonna bring our hands to the mat. And we're actually just gonna let ourselves fall into a child's pose. So you can go ahead and get on your knees, sink all the way back on down. Hands reach to the front of your mat, forehead on the mat. Just surrender on down and receive a break. Child's pose is the time that we can just go ahead and just take our break. If we feel our body speaking to us saying that we need a break, if we feel the Lord speaking to us need a break, it's just saying, slow down, take a breather. So go ahead and do that today while we take a commercial break, and I'll meet you back here.
Discover the wonderful surprises of local shopping. Watch Let's Take a Walk with Susan Bork or Andy Curtis, weekdays at 10:30 and 6:30, keeping it local.
Hello, I'm Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard.
And I'm former Detroit Red Wing Joe Koser.
We'd like to remind you to practice safe boating by knowing the laws regarding water safety.
Please make sure you have the necessary safety equipment on board and be sure all of your equipment is working properly before leaving the dock.
And the probability of being involved in a boating accident nearly doubles when alcohol is involved. Always check local weather conditions, and if you notice darkening clouds, play it safe. Get off the water. Have a safe, enjoyable summer on the lake.
All right, welcome back. We can go ahead and start to rise on up from our child's pose. Hopefully you enjoyed your break. We're gonna get back into it. So go ahead, I just want you to roll those shoulders back again, pull that navel up and in, and we're just gonna come back into our table. So we're gonna go ahead, we can rise on up. Make sure that our knees are underneath our hips, our hands are underneath our shoulders, pulling that navel up and in, even in our table. Go ahead here, take an inhale. On the exhale, we're gonna come into our down dog. We're gonna curl those toes. We know what to do now. Rise all the way on up. Gaze goes in between those hands, step those feet on in. We'll go ahead, fold on over and exhale all the way on up. Rolling those shoulders up and back. Our hands can go high, and then we're gonna move through some warriors. So first we're gonna do warrior one. So our left leg is gonna go to the front of the mat, and our right's gonna go ahead and we're gonna move it all the way back, and it's gonna be bladed, which means it's gonna be angled to the corner of your mat. So you can go ahead and try to get into it. You can come on lower, try to get that knee and that hip a little parallel. Your hips are shined to the front of the room, and then our biceps are by our ears. Reaching for the ceiling. Go ahead and take an inhale here. And exhale, maybe go a little bit lower. And again, inhale, reaching. Exhale, maybe sinking a little bit lower. One more time. Really, that was the last time. That time we'll exhale, our hands go by our sides. All the way down, we're gonna clasp our hands, opening our shoulders, opening our heart today. Really pressing in and persevering through this practice. We'll go ahead and take an inhale here. On the exhale, we're gonna slowly lower our shoulder down to our knee. So lower all the way on down, pulling that navel up and in. Pressing through that front leg, making sure that knee is over our ankle still, and that there's still the line from our spine to our crown of our head. We're not compromising our pose just to get to our shoulder, our shoulder and our knee. Take an inhale here. Exhale, we can release those hands. Biceps can go up by your ear. Rise all the way on up back to our strong warrior one. A nice inhale here. And then on the exhale, we're gonna shine on out to our warrior two. So that foot becomes parallel with your back mat. Your hips are now shining to the side wall, and we can go ahead and get on lower. I know our legs are already burning. Gonna go ahead, go on lower, try to really sink on in. Arms go to each side, opening those shoulders. Again, always that navel is in, crown of our head to our tailbone, reaching our gaze over our front hands. Exhale, We're gonna go ahead and that back arm's gonna go on that back leg. Our left hand goes all the way up high and back, reaching to the back of the room. Gaze can go to the elbow. Exhale, elbow to knee, front elbow to front knee, and then our right hand lifts high, reaches to the front of the room. Exhale, we're gonna twist and come down to those right toes. Hands are gonna hit the mat. We're gonna step on out to our plank. Slowly get there. Lower on down, just like we did through our sun salutations. And then rise on up, pressing back into our down dog. Gaze goes in between our hands. Step all the way back onto our forward fold. Take a break here. Exhale, rise all the way on up. Shoulders back, hands go high. Same thing on the other side. So this time our right leg goes to the front of the mat. My left leg goes all the way back. Again, point to the corner of the mat. Our hips are straight to the front of the room. That navel's in. There's a line from the crown of our head to our tailbone. Biceps by our ears really reaching. So we're gonna do that again. Our inhales are gonna be reaching high, and our exhales are gonna be sinking lower. Really getting into this position. Remember, it's a practice. It takes time. It takes that endurance that we're equipping us with today through this practice. All right, and the last exhale, we're going to bring those biceps down by our side. Go ahead and grab onto those hands, clasping those hands again, opening your heart. Keeping that navel pulled in. And on the exhale, we're slowly gonna fall into, with control, our shoulder is gonna hit our knee. We're not gonna compromise it. See how my head hangs low, my knee goes? Look at Renee, she pulls that navel in, she rises those hips up, which allows your shoulder to eventually get to your knee. It does take practice. Exhale, release those hands. Biceps by your ears, reaching forward, rising all the way back on up. Oop. With grace. Take an inhale here. Exhale, again, we go into our warrior two. Back foot becomes parallel with the mat, really sinking in through that knee, that front knee. Hips are to the side wall. Biceps are out. Go ahead, really reach here. Take an inhale, really reaching, and exhale, back arm down, back leg, right arm to the back of the room. Still pressing through that knee. Exhale, all the way back to your warrior two. Right elbow to right knee, left arm reaches high. Go ahead and reach to the back, or to the front of the room, sorry. All right, we'll put both hands down to our mat. We're gonna come onto those left toes. We're gonna bring our feet to meet at the front. Forward fold. Exhale, you're gonna rise all the way on up. Rolling those shoulders up and back. Hands go to heart center. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, close your eyes and bow your head. Our practice is officially over. Thank you for practicing with me and Renee today, and just have a blessed day, and come visit us soon at one of our classes.
You are watching the Michigan American Legion's Station of the Year for the 5th year in a row. Oxford Community Television.